It's at a point where like something can be about me, like my name can be in the actual headline and it can still be none of my business.
Taylor Swift subpoenaed in the Justin Baldoni-Blake Lively lawsuit. The superstar's legal team issuing a blistering response.
A judge ruled Baldoni can obtain messages between Lively and pop superstar Taylor Swift that pertain to the ongoing legal case.
Can confirm Taylor Swift is no longer being subpoenaed by Justin Baldoni's legal team.
My business is making music and taking care of my fans. Everything else, I'm just sort of like, it's not my business. I have actual business that I need to run.
Blake Lively and Taylor Swift's cuts ties, what actually took place? What if I told you that Taylor Swift and Blake Lively's friendship, one of Hollywood's most surprising and cherished friendships, has totally collapsed? From inside jokes, family bonding, and double dates to complete quiet and cold distance, the rumors that Taylor Swift and Blake Lively are no longer communicating are accurate, and fans are left wondering what happened. Now, before you think this is just another celebrity rumor, let me stop you right there. Fan fiction is not what this rift is. Those with knowledge of the situation are confirming it. What about the timing? The messiness is unimaginable. Blake and Justin Baldoni, the director and co-star of It Ends With Us, are embroiled in a vicious legal dispute. In the meantime, Taylor's new album, The Life of a Showgirl, contains a number of Easter eggs, including one song that fans believe is about Blake. The song Ruin the Friendship is causing a lot of conjecture. However, how did two women who were Blake and Ryan Reynolds' godmothers and Auntie Tay to their children abruptly end up severing all ties after sharing stadium moments and family holidays? Let's go back in time, because this friendship turned frenemy saga's timeline is just as dramatic as any bridge written by Taylor Swift. Their story begins in 2015. Blake cheekily shared a picture from a L'Oreal ad with a humorous caption that made reference to Taylor's Bad Blood music video. It was lighthearted and innocuous, and suddenly a bond was formed. The two eventually got together in Australia for what fans still refer to as their iconic day out. Images of them laughing, smiling, and simply being themselves seemed to be the beginning of something real. This was a genuine connection. Taylor wasn't merely accumulating another famous friend. As the years passed, the friendship only got stronger. At important events, award shows, birthdays, and even unexpected appearances, Blake and Taylor were there for one another. James, the daughter of Blake and Ryan, was featured on Taylor's Reputation song, Gorgeous. She then went even farther in folklore, mentioning Betty, James, and Inez by name. When fans saw how close these two families had grown, they went crazy. In addition to being the world's biggest pop star, Taylor was also known as Aunt Taylor, the cool friend who played with the kids, baked cookies, and remained close to Ryan and Blake. The friendship reached new heights by 2023. Blake attended Taylor's Eras tour with her daughters James and Inez. Like the world's proudest Swifties, they were captured on camera singing and dancing. In February 2024, too, Blake sat next to Travis Kelce at the Super Bowl, joining Taylor. With Taylor and Travis on one side and Blake and Ryan on the other, it was one of those power group situations, a double date that shouted family. So how did things go so wrong so quickly? The courtroom and Taylor's lyrics hold the solution. December of 2024, Blake and her co-star and It Ends With Us director Justin Baldoni find themselves embroiled in a contentious legal battle. It's tabloid gold, but Blake's personal hell is caused by the accusations, rewrites, and disputes. This is where things start to get ugly. Taylor's name is brought up by Justin Baldoni's legal team. They claim that Taylor coerced him into agreeing to Blake's changes to the movie. Taylor, the world's most influential pop star, being accused of being a backroom manipulator in a lawsuit that she was not involved in. Taylor's representatives denied it right away, claiming it was a ruse to use her name for tabloid clickbait. The use of one song, My Tears Ricochet, was Taylor's connection to this movie. Swift's representative stated this document subpoena is intended to use Taylor Swift's name to draw public interest by creating tabloid clickbait instead of focusing on the facts of the case, given that her involvement involved licensing a song for the film, which 19 other artists also did. And to be honest, that's precisely how it appeared. However, the harm had already been done. Although Taylor didn't request to be involved in Blake's legal troubles, her name was mentioned. And that's a deep wound for someone like Taylor, who is so protective of her brand. Justin's complaint was dropped by January. His team dropped the subpoena against Taylor by May. However, sources claim that being pulled into it at all really hurt Taylor. Insiders also claimed that although they were taking some space, they were no longer friends. The friendship was obviously broken. The album announcement followed. 13 August 2025, The Life of a Showgirl is revealed by Taylor. On the track list, Ruin the Friendship is a song. Fans made the connection right away. Is Blake involved in this? Although Taylor hasn't stated it directly, Swifties are skilled experts at cracking Easter eggs. It's also difficult to ignore the similarities between the lyrics, the fallout, and the timing, which fans are already analyzing from live snippets. Consider it: a friendship deteriorated, an ugly court case. A once untouchable bond is now in jeopardy. Taylor has consistently written about betrayal, heartache, and love. But this, she may be singing about losing a best friend for the first time in public. According to insiders, Blake's handling of the entire situation, not just the subpoena, really hurt Taylor. She desired separation. She desired quiet. Blake, too, she desperately needed help. She needed her best friend as the Baldoni case blew up. Rather, Taylor took a silent step back. This is where things become even more intricate. According to reports, Blake has felt abandoned. According to sources, she thought Taylor ought to have supported her, even if only in private. However, Taylor's team made it apparent that she didn't want her name associated with the courtroom drama surrounding Baldoni. That wasn't negotiable for a woman who meticulously oversees every narrative. According to the source, Taylor and Blake aren't speaking. Give that some thought. Not merely slowing down, not merely having hectic schedules. They're not talking. This is shocking to fans. These best friends shared tour buses and children's birthdays. Taylor double dated with Blake and Ryan, who were part of her trusted inner circle, in addition to Travis. Kelce, right now, it appears that Taylor is moving on and storing those memories in the vault. This leads us to the more significant query: is Taylor using her art as a weapon? The title Ruin the Friendship isn't chosen at random. It's a strong word. Did Taylor think their relationship was ruined by Blake's legal troubles, or is she implying that there was a more profound tension, which fans haven't even been able to speculate about yet? Taylor's songs have previously conflated private journaling with public spectacle. However, writing openly about a friendship breakup, that's uncharted territory. Swifties are also aware that anything Taylor writes about you is irrevocable. Those lyrics are timeless. Blake's side is more subdued, but still not quiet. She is concentrating on her family and her legal case, according to people close to her. However, there are hints that she misses Taylor, that she didn't want things to get this bad, and that she never thought her best friend would abandon her when she most needed her. Let's not overlook the business aspect, though. One of the most closely watched women in the world is Taylor. Every action, quotation, and friendship is amplified 1,000-fold. Taylor was unwilling to take the chance of becoming involved in Blake's conflict with Baldoni, and perhaps she had to break off relationships for her own survival. From friends to foes, bad blood, allusions to the reality of bad blood. From writing a potential song about Blake herself to including Blake's children in her songs. It's almost poetic. What does this mean for them now? The door isn't completely closed. According to insiders, they may eventually find their way back. However, Taylor Swift and Blake Lively aren't chatting at the moment. Their companionship ruined. What about Taylor? She has already created art out of it. Even though this celebrity breakup isn't romantic, it still hurts a lot. What do you think then? By entangling Taylor in her legal battle, did Blake go too far? Or did Taylor desert a friend who most needed her? Will the release of Ruin the Friendship confirm our suspicions or raise new ones? Because if there's one thing we know about Taylor Swift, it's that she never gives us the whole story at once. She just provides enough information to keep us interested. And in this instance, when The Life of a Showgirl eventually premieres on October 3rd, we'll all be anticipating it. Until then, Blake Lively and Taylor Swift's silence speaks louder than words ever could.